I'm going to break down a moment in LIV Golf that feels like a movie beat. Graeme McDowell, the Northern Irish veteran, turning a routine Friday into something historic. But we're not just rehashing the scorecard. I'm here to think out loud about why this matters, what it signals for the tour, and what it might say about McDowell's arc and the wider golf landscape. You ever notice one great shot can redefine a career narrative? McDowell just did that twice in 2 weeks. He nailed a hole-in-one on the par 3 second hole in Hong Kong last Friday, then did it again on the same hole in Singapore this Friday. My take: this isn't just luck. It's a fusion of timing, skill, and a golfer who's still dialing into his best form after years on tour. What makes this really interesting is how rare it is to witness a player hit back-to-back hole-in-ones on the LIV platform. It's the kind of milestone that invites talk about legacy, how moments like this affect perception, sponsorship chatter, and even the psychology of confidence in a tour that's still finding its footing in mainstream sports discourse. From my perspective, the number one takeaway isn't merely that McDowell got a second ace. It's that LIV Golf is seeding these storylines where veterans can still show flashes of peak-level execution on a big stage. One thing that immediately stands out is how the coverage frames this as history rather than a random stroke of luck. That framing matters. It helps viewers attach significance to a shot that, in another era, might have been filed away as just another highlight reel moment. What this raises is a deeper question about how LIV constructs its historical memory compared to the PGA Tour and how fans anchor meaning to moments rather than seasons. Let's unpack the ripple effects a bit more. First, the personal angle. McDowell laughing about an expensive bottle of wine as a running joke with his Hong Kong win suggests golf's romantic side, a sport where a single shot can become a personal legend, a shared story with friends and fans. I think that personal touch humanizes a tour that's been criticized for being too corporate or too fragmented. What people don't realize is that these small rituals, punting on a wager, joking about a bottle of wine, the self-narration of a winner, keep players human and fans emotionally invested. If you take a step back and think about it, these rituals are essential social glue for a competitive league trying to build culture. Second, how it nudges the leaderboard conversation. Bryson DeChambeau sits atop the individual standings at 10 under heading into the weekend, with McDowell's ace rounds contributing to a 3 under finish on the day. This is a reminder that LIV's format, team dynamics alongside individual standings, creates a different kind of tension. In my opinion, the dynamic between DeChambeau's leadership and the weekend grind could produce a story arc where team performance dovetails with personal milestones. What this really suggests is that the tour is cultivating multi-layer narratives, the raw numbers, the personal triumphs, and the team-centric drama all rolled into one package. A detail I find fascinating is how a single hole, par 3, the second hole, in 2 different venues, becomes the through line that threads 2 weeks of competition. It's almost poetic, a single target, a precise stroke, and a chain of moments that link 2 events across continents. This raises a deeper question about travel, course design, and mental maps. Do players gain something from repeating the same shot geography in quick succession, or does it heighten the pressure and expectation? My read: familiarity can sharpen execution, but it can also magnify the cost of error, which makes a second ace even more impressive. What this means in the bigger picture is that LIV is developing continuity in a landscape that often feels episodic. Tournaments in different cities, varying course setups, shifting fields. If you zoom out, you can see a broader trend, the sport leaning into personal legends as content engines. A detail I find compelling is that McDowell's moment isn't just about a single shot. It's about a narrative that travels with him. 2 weeks, 2 continents, 1 shared memory. That's the kind of storytelling that keeps fans checking in for the next event, not just for the next score. For viewers who crave context, here's the practical read. DeChambeau is leading. McDowell has carved a historical footnote. The energy around the leaderboard will feed social media clips, post-round analysis, and, yes, conversation about the quality and competitiveness of LIV Golf in the global scene. From where I stand, this is a sign that the league is maturing its emotional beats, moments that people will remember long after the ball lands on the green. To wrap this up, I'd underline 2 big ideas. 1. Veterans can still reshape their legacies with singular moments, especially when those moments are framed as historic. 2. LIV's storytelling machinery, combining personal drama, team dynamics, and cross-continental travel, creates durable narratives that invite repeat viewership. If you're watching this unfold, the question isn't just who wins this weekend, but how these moments contribute to LIV's evolving identity and position in golf's global narrative. What this really suggests is that golf's future may hinge less on a single tournament win and more on how players become recurring, emotionally resonant chapters in a broader, serialized story. Do you think 2 back-to-back aces could become a marquee moment that fans reference for years, or will it be remembered as a fun anomaly? Let me know in the comments how you'd rank this among historic holes-in-one, and what other narratives you'd like me to unpack as the LIV season unfolds.